This is everything you need to know about the Bulldogs 2026 draw. Today is one of the most exciting days on the NRL calendar. In fact, it's the most exciting day so far for the 2026 NRL season because the NRL draws came out today. And I want to go through the Bulldogs full draw, give all my thoughts on everything. So tell you guys everything you need to know if you're planning your season on going to the games, or do you just want to know, have the Bulldogs been dudded? Is it a good draw? Is it a bad draw? Let's go through it all. And it all starts in the preseason challenge, which obviously not many people talk about, but I feel like come February, you're just itching so much for a game of rugby league that when the trials come around, you're just like, yes, inject it into my veins. And because the Bulldogs are going to Vegas, they actually play a trial game before anyone else. So the Bulldogs trial games, they play Week 1 and Week 2 of the trials. There's 3 weeks. So Week 2 and Week 3 of the trials are for the actual NRL teams. And then Week 1 is just Vegas teams. Week 2 is obviously Vegas teams with all the other NRL teams. Because we don't play the Week 3 because we're going to Vegas. We got to go over there and train and stuff. So Week 1 of the preseason challenge, we play on the Saturday at 5:30 at Cogra or Netstrata Jubilee. And that's against the Cowboys. And then Week 2 is in Newcastle, also on the Saturday. And that one's against the Knights. Now, we play the Cowboys and the Knights because they're the teams going to Vegas. Obviously, we play Dragons in Vegas. But the Knights and the Cowboys, they're the other two teams going to Vegas, and all the Vegas teams sort of play each other in the trials to make it fair when you go over to Vegas. And then obviously we play the Dragons in Vegas. Now there is, as I said, a gap between that Week 2 trial and the Vegas game. And that's important to remember. There is a gap before because there's now a massive gap after, which I'll get to in a second. But obviously, we play the Dragons in Vegas. I'm very excited for that game. I am heading over to Vegas. I announced that on my socials last week. And I actually am announcing right now, this is the live announcement. I'm dropping Dog Vegas merch. You can see it on my t-shirt here. I would stand up and do a spin, but it's also on the back of the t-shirt. No, this is actually the wrong shirt. Here, let me show you guys. Wait. Here, let me show you guys. I've literally got them right here. I'm actually in a sample. So it's got Dog Vegas on the front. It's also got it on the back. And if you want to buy one of these shirts, they're dropping next Friday at 6 p.m. I'll give you guys details on the pricing and where to buy them, etc. all through next week. But stay tuned on my socials, Instagram, TikTok, to learn more about that. But the Dog Vegas range, make sure to get around that and buy it. And speaking of buying, the Bulldogs in round 2, they do have a buy now. At first, I was pretty happy with this buy because I was like, oh, how perfect is that? After Las Vegas, you get a buy. It gives you a chance to actually get back, shake off the jet lag, and get into the season. But now that I'm properly thinking about it, the Bulldogs Vegas game it's not round 1, it's round 0. You actually get a week off anyway because we play round 0, then the following weekend is round 1, and then the following weekend is round 2. So we play round 0, then we have a whole week, round 1 gets played, then we have another whole week, round 2, and then another whole week before we play again. And we play on the Thursday of round 3, to be fair. But that's literally 3 weeks off after we play in Vegas, which I just wondered, does that mess us up a little bit, where Vegas is just essentially another trial game now? It really is, because it's I'm pretty sure there's less time. There is less time between the second trial game and Vegas than Vegas to round 3. So I feel like that might mess up the players a little bit in terms of working out, how hard are we going in Vegas? You don't want to go all out in Vegas and then it's just oh, now we have 3 weeks off. But you have to go all out in Vegas. You're playing for points. So that round 2 bye is a little bit funny. I will get into the rest of the draw in a second, but I do want to give you guys some key points of the draw that, you're not just going to look at the draw and pick these things up. Let's start with what days we have games on. So we play 4 Thursday games, 10 Friday games, 8 Saturday games, 1 Sunday game, and 1 Monday game. Now, for me, as somebody that likes going to games, that's crazy. It's actually insane that we have so many Thursday and Friday games and only 1 Sunday game. If you ever want proof that the Bulldogs don't suck anymore and that they're a good team and a popular team that people want to watch on TV, this is it. We play 1 Sunday game the entire season, and Sundays, realistic, they get given to bad teams. That's where the bad games go. But even only 8 Saturday games, over half the season is played on a Thursday or Friday. It's just, that's crazy to me. And as I said, as someone that likes going to the games, it makes it hard to have to go to games. And I'll talk about what interstate games we have, but every single interstate game outside of Vegas, our Suncorp games, Gold Coast, Amy Park, all those games are either on a Thursday or Friday. So when you're trying to travel from New South Wales or Sydney to those games, it's wild. I guess, if you're wanting to watch on free-to-air TV, it's really good because obviously Thursday's free-to-air and then Friday 8 p.m. is free-to-air. Obviously, one of those Friday games is Good Friday as well. But yeah, I really would have liked, especially Bulldogs had the biggest crowds in 2025 outside of the Broncos. We had the biggest Sydney crowds. We had 2 or 3 of our games were the biggest crowds of the season. You need Saturday games to get big crowds. You're not getting big crowds on Thursdays or Fridays. You really want those Saturday and Sunday games to get big crowds. So kind of annoying, to be honest. And then I said, we've got a bye in round 2. The other 2 buys are really well placed as well. Now, a lot of people are complaining about us not having a bye late in the season because that seemed to be an issue for us in 2025. And yeah, I agree. I would probably, like, now that I've thought about that round 2 bye a lot more, I would prefer that round 2 bye to be, maybe like a round 20, round 22, like a bit later in the season, just to give us a break. And then you go into the finals, into that run home. But the round 15 and round 18 bye, a lot of people are like, oh, why do we have 2 byes so close together? Because it goes bye, game, bye. It goes round 15. Here, let me have a look. It goes round 15 bye. Then we play Manly at Accor. Then we play the Gold Coast on the Gold Coast. And then we have another bye. Those 2 byes literally might save our season because they are both Origin affected games. So Origin is the Wednesday after that round, like after round 15 and after round 18. So if we have players picked in games 2 and 3, they're not missing any Bulldogs games. And the first Origin game, we play the Storm, who are like going to be even more Origin affected than us. So in terms of our Origin run, it's actually really, really good. That's like a really positive thing. Really good Origin run. I feel like this year we actually got screwed on the Origin run because we had to play every single Origin game. So it's nice that we've got a bit of a better run. Talking about, who we're going to be playing. Obviously, some teams you play once, some teams you play twice. Like obviously when you do better, like in 2025 or top 4, and when you do better, you're going to be versing the better teams. But it kind of feels like we've been stitched up a little bit. And you can be like, oh, you're just complaining because you're a Bulldogs fan, whatever. Yeah, I am. Like the draw is fair. Realistically, everyone plays the same teams. I think that like AI do it, whatever. Like I don't know. Don't mistake this as like me complaining and trying to say, oh, the Bulldogs have been robbed. Like I don't care. Like just go. I don't care who you're playing. Just go and beat them, right? But like realistically, we have to play Raiders twice. They were first. We have to play Storm twice. They were second. We have to play Broncos twice. They were fourth and won the comp. We have to play Panthers twice. They should have been top 4. And then we play Eels and Rabbitohs twice, who I think both of those teams will be pushing, definitely in the 8 and maybe even pushing for top 4. And then like Dragons and Tigers twice is like thank you for that, I guess. And then the teams we play once, Knights and Titans, they were both the bottom 2. We only played them once. And then Roosters and Manly, we only played those guys once. And I feel like Roosters and Manly are like some of our biggest rivals. I wouldn't say they're our biggest rival, but definitely top 5. Roosters, Manly, they're definitely in our top 5 rivals. So I can't believe we only played them once. Warriors, Cowboys, we play once, and they're both home games. Knights as well play once, and that's a home game. And then Sharks, we play at Magic Round. So, and then Dolphins, we play away. So that's actually going to be our first time playing Dolphins at like their home game. We've only ever had home games against them, and they were always in like Bundaberg, which is a bit weird. So yeah, like it's not bad, but I would have liked more games against Roosters. I would have liked more games against Manly, and I would have obviously liked less games against those good teams. But that's what you get when you come in top 4. You get to play against the good teams. The other thing where, once again, I'm not complaining, guys. I'm not complaining, but just pointing out some of the difficulties in our draw is our run home. This is our last 6 games into the finals. Melbourne Storm, Sydney Roosters, South Sydney Rabbitohs, Dragons, Panthers, Broncos. That's a crazy run into finals. And keep in mind, we don't have... Our last bye is round 18. So we're playing what? We're playing 9 games straight into finals. Storm, they're going to be top 4. Roosters, they'll be top 8, maybe pushing for top 4. South, top 8, maybe pushing for top 4. Dragons, once again, they suck. And then Panthers and Broncos are probably going to be like top 2. So that's a crazy run into the finals. The positive thing with that run is all of those games are in Sydney. Literally all of those games. Like actually, from that round 18 bye, so we play Titans round 17, then the bye in round 18. From that moment, we don't leave Sydney. It's literally... Our last 9 games, Accor. Sorry, we leave Sydney once, sorry. We play Melbourne in Melbourne. So it's our last 5 games all in Sydney. My apologies. So out of the 9 games, we play 8 of them in Sydney. It goes Accor, Melbourne, Allianz, Combank, Accor. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. And then the other thing I just want to touch on quickly... Give me 1 sec to find. I've completely lost it. 1 second. Is the games outside of Sydney. So we play Vegas round 1. I'm just going to list literally every game we play outside of Sydney. Vegas round 1, Canberra round 3, Suncorp round 8, Suncorp round 10, Suncorp round 11, the Gold Coast round 17, and then Melbourne round 22. That run of Suncorp games is actually absurd. Like, the NRL have said, like, they used AI to make the draw. You can tell they used AI to make the draw, because in what world are you playing at Suncorp Stadium 3 times in 4 weeks? We play, and also, as I said earlier, all of those interstate games I just mentioned, they're all on Thursday or Fridays. We play Brisbane, Suncorp, Friday night. Then we come back at home against the Cowboys, who are a Queensland team. Then we play the Dolphins at Suncorp on a Thursday, and then Sharks at Suncorp on a Friday. Like, that's just insane. Like, I may as well just go live in Brisbane for a week. I may as well just go live in Brisbane. It's just, I don't understand, in what world are you allowed to play at the same interstate stadium 3 times in 4 weeks? It's actually nuts. But other than that, let's just go through the draw and just like basically review the matchup. So it's obviously round 1, Vegas, round 2, bye, round 3 in Canberra, Thursday night, multicultural round. It's kind of disappointing we didn't get a home game for multicultural round. And it's also disappointing we don't play at home till round 4. That's such a long time to wait to play at Accor Stadium. But then we do get a bit of a run with home games. We played Knights at home on a Saturday. Round 5, Good Friday. Obviously not a home game, but it basically is a home game. And that's actually a game, Bulldogs fans. That's a South's home game. I want more Bulldog fans at that game than Souths. Like, I so desperately want that to essentially be our home game. And then Panthers at Accor on a Thursday. So to open it, obviously, outside of Vegas, it goes Thursday and then a Saturday, but then Friday, Thursday. Like, it's just insane. Then we play Eels on a Sunday. I'm just like, thank goodness we're playing Eels on a Sunday, because that's like a rivalry game. Imagine they put that on a Thursday. I would have been so angry. Like, at least they've understood the assessment there, and they give us our only Sunday game against the Eels. Then we head up to Brisbane. Once again, this is seriously PTSD. Broncos, Anzac round at Suncorp again. Literally again, and it's like, it's just crazy. We played Brisbane at Suncorp Anzac round last year, or like this year, 2025. We're doing the exact same thing again. Hopefully it's a different result, but that seriously gives me serious PTSD. That's actually the day after my birthday as well, so hopefully we can get a win for my birthday. Then round 9, Cowboys at home. I don't remember the last time we played. Actually, yeah, I do. I was going to say, I don't remember the last time we played Cowboys at home, but I do. That's a Friday 6 p.m. game, which is very yuck. We have 2 Friday 6 p.m. games in 3 weeks. So then it goes Dolphins at Suncorp, and then Sharks Friday 6 p.m. at Magic Round. Then the following week, we come home and play the Storm at home at Accor Stadium. That's a Friday 8 p.m. game. That's the first time we're playing the Storm at home since 2021. It has been a red hot minute. Then we take on the Tigers at CommBank. I'm excited for that game. That's going to be a cracker, because obviously last time we played the Tigers, the whole Horde thing happened. They beat us. And I feel like there's actually like a bit of a rivalry now, especially between the fans. So like, I really want to beat the Tigers in that game. That's a Saturday, 5:30. That's going to be like, literally, that'll sell out. That'll sell out for sure. And then following that, Parramatta Eels, King's birthday, Monday game. That'll be a big crowd. And we roll into a bye from there. So that's what, from round 3 to round 14, we just playing. Then we get a bye for Origin. Obviously, and that Storm 8 p.m. game's Origin affected as well. Then, so we have the round 15 bye. Then we go Manly, Gold Coast. Manly at home, Gold Coast on the Gold Coast, Friday 6 p.m. That's literally the worst thing ever. Gold Coast on the Gold Coast, Friday 6 p.m. I mean, that's what you get. Like, when you're playing the Titans, you have to expect Friday 6 p.m. games or Sunday afternoon games. But, bro, like, I don't know how logistically you can get to that game as a Bulldogs fan without taking work off. Then you have a bye. Obviously, it's nice to have a bye off the back of playing Interstate. And once again, Origin affected game. Don't have to worry about it. Then after Origin, we play on a Saturday. Wait, it's actually, that's worth pointing out. After each Origin game, we play on the Saturday, which gives like Critter and whoever, Max King, whoever else is playing Origin, a little bit of a break. So then, by round 18, then Raiders again at home, Saturday 5:30, round 9, and that'll be a great game, big crowd. Then we play Tigers at home, Saturday 7:30. That should be a good game. Then Warriors at home, Saturday 5:30. So that's like that string of 3 games. That's where we get our crowds. That if we can like be in a good position on the ladder, and if we can even knock off like Manly Titans into a bye, and then get those 3 games all on Saturday afternoons at home against like Raiders, obviously minor premiers this year, and then Tigers and Warriors, like they should be really good games. And then we go down to Melbourne, Friday 8 p.m. Then we come back home, round 23, Indigenous round against the Roosters, Friday 8 p.m. Then Souths at home again, Friday, 8 p.m. So 3 Friday, 8 p.m. games in a row. And then the last 3 games of the season, the Dragons at Allianz at 7:30, because obviously we're playing them in Vegas. So I think we're sharing the gate with them there, and then we play them at Allianz here and share the gate. But it's technically their home game for Allianz, our home game for Vegas. And then round 26, Panthers, 8 p.m., Friday, 8 p.m. Literally, we played the Panthers round 26 this year. Like once again, it's so obvious they used AI and ChatGPT for this. But Panthers, hopefully they rest in round 26 and not round 27. And then we get Broncos at home, round 27, Thursday night. Good chance that Broncos rest, I guess. I don't know. Like, it all depends on where everyone is on the ladder. But hopefully we rest this time for that game. So that's the full draw. Like, I have mixed feelings on it. I mean, like, I'm very happy with the bye placements through Origin. That early bye I originally liked, but now I'm a bit like, I don't like it as much. I'd rather it later in the season. I don't like all the Thursday and Friday games. And as I said, there's a few teams I'd rather play twice than once. And not even just like, oh, I don't want to play the good teams twice. Like I want to play Manly and the Roosters twice because I feel like they are rivals. But overall, as I said, I feel like no matter what your draw is, it is balanced. Like the NRL aren't doing unbalanced draws. They also said it's every team has less 5-day turnarounds than ever. And the most 5-day turnarounds teams have is 5, which is very good. You don't want turnarounds. And considering we do have lots of Friday, Thursday games, the positive is that actually means we get longer turnarounds, obviously, after playing on a Thursday or Friday. And the spread of home and away games, we don't ever go on the road for more than 2 games in a row, which is really good as well. Even that, like obviously that Suncorp game where we play 3 and 4 weeks is still crazy. But that's the NRL draw. That's the Bulldogs draw. Let me know in the comments. How confident are you heading into the season? Let me know in the comments, what is our record going to be? I'm going to predict that the Bulldogs go 24-0 undefeated through the season. No, I'm kidding. I reckon realistically, the Bulldogs will win 14 or 15 games. But let me know in the comments how you feel about it. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you made it to the end of the video. And as always, up the Dogs.